You are listening to Project Breakthrough, Mastering Prince2 for Real-World Success. Subscribe to keep up to date on our latest audiobooks. Project Breakthrough, Mastering Prince2 for Real-World Success. Chapter 1, The Project Management Puzzle, Why We Need Prince2. Imagine a world without clear plans. Houses would be half-built, bridges would stop mid-river, and new software might only work on Tuesdays. While a bit exaggerated, this paints a picture of what happens when projects lack direction. Every day, countless individuals and organizations embark on journeys that we call projects. But what exactly is a project, and why do so many of them go off track? At its heart, a project is a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, service, or result. It has a definite start and a definite end. Think about it. Building a house is a project. Designing a new marketing campaign is a project. Upgrading a company's computer systems is a project. Each of these aims to deliver something specific that didn't exist before, and each will conclude once its objective is achieved. This concept stands in contrast to operations, which are the ongoing, routine activities that keep an organization running day to day. Manufacturing products on an assembly line, processing customer orders, or managing a company's payroll are all operational activities. They are continuous, repetitive, and aimed at sustaining the business, rather than creating something unique or bringing about a temporary change. The challenge of project management lies in juggling what is often called the iron triangle. Scope, what needs to be done; time, when it needs to be ready; and cost, how much it will take. Add in the crucial element of quality and the ultimate goal of delivering benefits, and you have a complex puzzle. Trying to optimize one element often impacts the others. For instance, speeding up a project time might increase costs or lower quality. So, why do projects so frequently struggle or even fail outright? Consider the untamed software rollout. A mid-sized engineering firm, let's call them tech builders, decided to implement a new enterprise resource planning, or ERP, system to integrate all their business processes. It was a massive undertaking. The initial goal was vague: improve efficiency. There was no clear person in charge of making final decisions. Requirements shifted constantly as various departments weighed in, and the original budget and timeline were treated more like suggestions than hard limits. Communication was fragmented, and no one seemed to have a clear understanding of the project's true scope. 2 years and millions over budget later, the system was technically live, but most employees found it clunky and preferred their old, disparate methods. The promised efficiency improvements never materialized, and the project was largely deemed a costly failure. This true-to-life scenario highlights common pitfalls: unclear objectives, lack of structured decision-making, poor stakeholder engagement, uncontrolled scope changes, often called scope creep, inadequate risk management, insufficient planning, and a general lack of accountability. These challenges are universal, regardless of the industry or project size. This is precisely why project management methodologies matter. They aren't just bureaucratic hurdles. They are structured approaches designed to bring order to chaos. A good methodology provides a common language, a set of repeatable processes, improved predictability, clearer roles and responsibilities, better informed decision-making, and, most importantly, a significantly increased chance of project success. They replace ad hoc chaos with planned order. One of the most globally recognized and widely adopted project management methodologies is Prince2. The name stands for P-Projects in controlled environments. Its origins trace back to the prompt II method developed for the UK government in the 1970s, which later evolved into Prince in 1989. Prince2, as we know it today, was first launched in 1996 and has since been updated to remain relevant. Prince2 is a generic, process-based method for effective project management. What makes it so powerful? First, it's generic. This means it can be applied to any type of project, regardless of its size, organization type, geography, or culture. Whether you're building a skyscraper, developing a new pharmaceutical drug, or organizing a charity event, Prince2 provides a robust framework. Second, it's scalable. The methodology is designed to be tailored to suit the specific project environment. Small, simple projects don't need the same level of formality as large, complex ones. Third, It's widely recognized. Millions of professionals around the world are familiar with PRINCE2, fostering a common understanding and language across different industries and countries. PRINCE2's elegance lies in its structured approach, built upon three core components: 7 principles. These are the guiding obligations and good practices that any PRINCE2 project must adhere to. They answer the why and ensure that the project is truly being managed in a controlled environment. If a project isn't following these principles, it isn't a PRINCE2 project. 7 themes. These describe aspects of project management that must be continually addressed throughout the project. They define the what must be managed. For example, having a clear business justification or managing risks are enduring themes. 7 processes. These describe the steps involved in managing a project from start to finish. They outline the how the project is run, detailing who does what, when, and to whom. Who can benefit from understanding PRINCE2? It's far more than just formal project managers. Anyone involved in a project can gain immense value. Project board members, often senior executives or sponsors, gain a clear understanding of their role in guiding and overseeing projects. Team managers benefit from clear direction and a structured way to deliver their work packages. Project support staff find a framework for organizing project information. Business analysts, solutions architects, subject matter experts, and even end users involved in change initiatives across construction, logistics, marketing, or any other field will find that PRINCE2 provides a common language and a clear roadmap for how projects progress. Ultimately, PRINCE2 provides a common language and a robust framework for decision-making. It places a strong emphasis on continuous business justification, ensuring the project always makes sense from an investment perspective. By embracing its principles, themes, and processes, organizations can transform their project endeavors from chaotic sprints into well-managed journeys, consistently delivering business value and achieving successful outcomes. In the following chapters, we will delve into each of these components, demystifying PRINCE2 and showing you how it can become your blueprint for project breakthrough. Chapter 2. The Foundation, Understanding PRINCE2's Core Principles. Every robust structure needs a solid foundation, and PRINCE2 is no exception. Its stability and effectiveness are rooted in 7 fundamental guiding principles. These aren't mere suggestions or best practices, they are non-negotiable obligations. If a project claims to be a PRINCE2 project, it must adhere to all 7 of these principles. They are universal, self-validating, meaning they have been proven effective over time, and empowering, providing the philosophical backbone for how projects should be managed. Think of them as the DNA of a PRINCE2 project. If even one is missing, it's incomplete and won't function as intended. They describe the essential characteristics that make a PRINCE2 project successful and truly controlled. Let's explore each of these 7 principles. 1. Continued business justification. This is arguably the most critical principle. It dictates that there must be a justifiable reason for the project at all times. A project is not just work for work's sake. It's an investment, and like any investment, it must continue to make sense from a business perspective. The core idea is simple. Projects are initiated to deliver value, solve a problem, or seize an opportunity. If that underlying reason disappears, or if the costs and risks of pursuing the project outweigh the benefits, the project should be stopped, adjusted, or reevaluated. The project board, particularly the executive, must continually question, is this project still a worthwhile investment? For example, imagine a project initiated to develop a new online service based on projected market demand. Midway through the project, a major competitor launches a similar, superior service, or new regulations make the original concept unviable. In such a scenario, the market opportunity, the business justification, for the original service might vanish. Continuing the project as planned would be a waste of resources. This principle guides project leadership to reassess and potentially halt or redirect the project. The business case, which we'll explore in detail in Chapter 3, is the living document that formalizes this justification throughout the project's life. 2. Learn from experience. This principle emphasizes the importance of continuous learning, both from past projects and throughout the current one. Project teams should actively seek, capture, and apply lessons learned to improve performance and avoid repeating mistakes. It's not just about a lessons learned meeting at the very end of a project. PRINCE2 encourages learning before, during, and after the project. Before a project starts, historical data and experiences from similar projects should be reviewed. During the project, useful experiences, both positive successes and problematic issues, should be captured in a lessons log. At the end, formal lessons reports are produced to be used by future projects. Consider the repeated IT migration glitch. An IT department embarked on a major data migration. They encountered a specific, unexpected technical hurdle that took weeks to resolve. 6 months later, a different team within the same department started a similar, but separate, data migration and ran straight into the exact same problem. This cost them valuable time and resources. Had the first team proactively documented their unique workaround and general lessons, as PRINCE2 encourages, the second team could have reviewed these learnings beforehand and avoided the glitch entirely. This principle helps organizations build an institutional memory and improve their project delivery capabilities over time. 3. Defined roles and responsibilities. Clarity is king in project management. This principle states that everyone involved in the project must know their role, their accountability, and their powers. It establishes a clear organizational structure with defined lines of communication and decision-making authority. PRINCE2 mandates specific roles, such as the project board, consisting of the executive, senior user, and senior supplier, the project manager, and team managers. Each role has distinct responsibilities to ensure that nothing falls through the cracks, there are no overlaps in authority, and decisions can be made swiftly and effectively. Without clearly defined roles, projects can descend into chaos. Decisions are delayed because no one knows who has the authority to make them, tasks are duplicated, or critical activities are entirely overlooked. This principle ensures that the right people are involved at the right time, with clear expectations of their contributions and accountability. It cuts through ambiguity, improves communication, and provides a robust governance structure. 4. Manage by stages. Projects, especially large ones, can feel overwhelming. This principle addresses that by advocating for breaking the project into smaller, manageable, sequential sections called management stages. This allows for planned pauses to review progress, assess continued viability, and make informed decisions on whether to proceed. Each management stage has its own plan, and at the end of a stage boundary, the project board reviews the achievements of the completed stage, reassesses the project's business case, checks risks, and decides whether to authorize the next stage. This provides critical control points throughout the project's life cycle. Imagine building a multi-story building. You don't just start pouring concrete for all floors at once. You complete the foundation, stage 1, have it inspected, ensure it's solid, and only then proceed to the first few floors, stage 2. Managing by stages reduces risk, provides opportunities for flexibility, e.g., if market conditions change, you can adjust at the end of a stage, and ensures that all significant investments are made with up-to-date information and continued business justification. It prevents the project from becoming a runaway train. 5. Manage by exception. This principle is about efficient delegation and preventing micromanagement. It states that authority is delegated from one management level to the next within agreed tolerances for time, cost, scope, quality, risk, and benefits. Only deviations outside these agreed-upon tolerances are escalated to the next level of management. For example, the project board explicitly empowers the project manager to run the project, but they set limits. If the project is forecasted to exceed the budget by more than 5%, the agreed tolerance, the project manager must escalate this as an exception. This triggers a decision by the project board on how to proceed. If the project manager can manage within these agreed tolerances, they do not need to bother the project board, they simply report progress. This principle empowers those actively doing the work, the project manager and their teams, to get on with it, while ensuring that senior management, the project board, only gets involved in truly critical issues that require their strategic authority. It provides a clear framework for escalation and decision-making, ensuring that problems are addressed at the appropriate level without unnecessary interference. 6. Focus on products. Many projects mistakenly focus on activities. We need to do X, or we need to complete Y task. While activities are necessary, this principle shifts the focus to what the project will actually deliver, its products. It dictates that a PRINCE2 project explicitly defines and focuses on the products to be delivered, rather than just the activities to be performed. Before work begins, detailed product descriptions are created for each key deliverable. These descriptions specify the purpose, composition, quality criteria, acceptable tolerances, and the derivation, what other products or inputs are required of each product. So, instead of a vague instruction like develop website, a product-focused approach would define specific products like user interface design document approved by marketing, functional backend module tested to 99% uptime, and finally, live website with secure login and payment gateway, meeting accessibility standards. This clarity reduces ambiguity, helps manage scope, and significantly improves quality control because everyone knows exactly what they are building and to what standard. It prevents scope creep by ensuring that only agreed-upon products are actually delivered. 7. Tailor to suit the project environment. Finally, this principle is the antidote to the common misconception that PRINCE2 is overly bureaucratic. It explicitly states that PRINCE2 must be adapted to fit the specific project scale, complexity, risk, importance, and environment. It is not a rigid one-size-fits-all methodology. It is designed to be flexible. Proportionality is key. A small, low-risk internal project will require much less formal documentation and fewer roles, perhaps even combining some, than a large, complex, multi-organizational public sector project with high risks. The project manager is responsible for ensuring that PRINCE2 is applied appropriately, adding value without becoming an unnecessary overhead. This principle ensures that the methodology remains pragmatic and useful. It recognizes that every project is unique, and that while the core principles are non-negotiable, the precise way the themes are applied and the processes are executed can and should be adjusted to suit the specific context. This prevents PRINCE2 from being just another burdensome process, and instead makes it a truly adaptable tool for diverse project landscapes. These 7 principles form the very essence of PRINCE2, providing a robust and flexible framework for managing any type of project. They guide decision-making, promote efficiency, and ultimately increase the likelihood of project success. In the next chapter, we will delve into the first of the PRINCE2 themes, the business case, which is intricately linked to the principle of continued business justification. Chapter 3. Building blocks the business case theme. If the PRINCE2 principles are the philosophical bedrock of project management, then the themes are the ongoing building blocks, the aspects that must be addressed and managed continually throughout the project lifecycle. The first and arguably most foundational of these themes is the business case. To understand the business case theme, recall the first PRINCE2 principle we discussed, continued business justification. This principle dictates that a valid reason must exist for the project at all times. The business case is the document that crystallizes this justification. It's the formal record of why the project is needed, what its expected benefits are, how it will achieve them, and what the financial investment and risks entail. Without a robust and current business case, a project lacks fundamental purpose and direction. Think of it this way. No savvy investor would pour money into a business venture without a clear, compelling pitch that outlines the potential returns, the market opportunity, the associated risks, and how those risks will be mitigated. The project business case serves precisely this function for an organization's project investments. It's the essential document that secures funding and continued organizational support. Why a robust business case is vital. Justification for existence. It provides the rationale for the project. Why are we doing this? What problem are we solving? What opportunity are we seizing? Guiding decision-making. All project decisions, from scope changes to risk responses, should align with and support the realization of the benefits outlined in the business case. It acts as a compass, ensuring the project stays aligned with its strategic objectives. Benchmark for success. The business case defines what success looks like, particularly concerning the achievement of benefits. At the project's conclusion, and often much later, the actual benefits are measured against the planned benefits from the business case. Securing and maintaining investment. It's the primary tool for securing initial funding and justifying continued expenditure. If the business case weakens, the project's funding and viability come into question. Developing and maintaining the business case. The business case is not a static document created once and then forgotten. It's a living document, owned and maintained primarily by the executive, one of the project board members, during the project. It is formally refined during the project's initiation phase and actively reviewed and updated at key decision points, especially at each stage boundary, as per the manage by stages principle, to ensure the project remains viable. A comprehensive business case typically includes the following key sections: executive summary, a concise overview of the project, its rationale and main outcomes and benefits; reasons, a detailed explanation of why the project is needed. This might involve market demand, legal compliance, addressing a specific problem within the organization, or leveraging a new technology. Business options, a critical section that demonstrates due diligence. It requires the exploration of alternatives before recommending the chosen path. Typically, 3 options are considered. Do nothing. What happens if we don't do the project? What are the consequences? Often, this highlights foregone benefits or escalating problems. Do the minimum. What is the least we can do to address the problem or seize the opportunity? Do what's recommended. The preferred option, which the project aims to deliver. This is usually the focus of the rest of the business case. Expected benefits. These are the measurable improvements resulting from the project's outputs. PRINCE2 emphasizes that benefits should be quantifiable and directly linked to the organization's strategic objectives. Avoid vague statements like improve efficiency. Instead, aim for reduce operational costs by 10% within 12 months or increase customer retention by 5% over 2 years. It's crucial to differentiate benefits, the positive outcomes, from features or outputs, the deliverables themselves. For example, a new CRM system, output, doesn't inherently reduce costs, benefit. How it's used to streamline processes might. Expected disbenefits. It's equally important to acknowledge any negative outcomes that will result inherently from the project. These are not project risks, which can be mitigated, but rather unavoidable negative consequences. For instance, implementing a new system might lead to a temporary dip in productivity as staff undergo training and adapt, or a new road might increase noise pollution for certain residents. Being transparent about disbenefits adds credibility to the business case. Timescale. When will the project be completed, and more importantly, when are the benefits expected to be realized? Some benefits materialize only long after the project itself is formally closed. Costs. A comprehensive breakdown of all project costs, including development, implementation, ongoing operational costs, and any required post-project investment. Investment appraisal. This section provides the financial analysis supporting the project's viability, such as return on investment, ROI, payback period, or net present value (NPV). Major risks. An overview of the key uncertainties and potential threats or opportunities that could impact the achievement of the business case objectives. Real-world examples of a strong V's. Weak business case. Let's revisit the untamed software rollout from Chapter 1. The initial business case, if it could even be called that, was, we need to improve efficiency. This is a classic example of a weak justification. Vague reasons, no clear problem statement or strategic alignment, no business options, the do-nothing or do-minimum alternatives were never seriously considered. The project was a foregone conclusion. Unquantified benefits. Improve efficiency is not measurable. How much, by when, what specific processes, underestimated costs. Initial estimates were based on assumptions, not thorough analysis. Lack of ownership. No single individual was accountable for the expected benefits beyond the project's completion. Contrast this with a strong business case example. A manufacturing company's proposal for a new automation system for its assembly line. Clear reasons. to address declining profit margins due to high labor costs in assembly, and to increase production capacity by 20% to meet growing market demand for product X. Thoughtful business options: do nothing. Continue current operations. Profit margins will continue to decline, market share will be lost due to inability to meet demand. Quantified projected losses. Do minimum. Outsource assembly to third-party provider. Maintains current capacity but loses quality control and intellectual property. Quantified cost, savings versus risks. Recommended. Implement automated assembly line in Plant B. Achieve 15% reduction in unit labor cost, 20% increase in capacity, and 5% reduction in defects within 18 months, with estimated ROI of 25% over 3 years. Quantifiable benefits, explicit metrics and timelines. Acknowledged disbenefits, initial 2-month dip in production as engineers retrain and system integrates. Assigned benefit owner. The head of operations was designated as responsible for realizing these benefits. This example of a strong business case clearly articulates value, considers alternatives, and provides a measurable baseline against which to track success. It directly ties into the continued business justification principle, ensuring the project always has a valid and valuable purpose. The business case theme forces the organization to think strategically about its projects, treating them as investments that must yield tangible returns. In the next chapter, we will delve into the organization theme, which details the roles and responsibilities within a PRINCE2 project, creating the human structure needed to deliver on the promises made in the business case. Chapter 4, the people factor, the organization theme. Having established the fundamental principles and the critical importance of a compelling business case, we now turn our attention to the people who will bring the project to life, the human element of project management. The organization theme defines the roles and responsibilities within a PRINCE2 project, ensuring that everyone involved knows their role, their accountability, and their powers. This clarity is paramount for effective decision-making, efficient communication, and ultimately, project success. Recall the PRINCE2 principle of defined roles and responsibilities. The organization theme is the practical application of this principle. It ensures that the project has a well-defined management structure involving the business, user, and supplier interests, and that these interests are represented throughout the project's lifecycle. Without this clarity, projects can quickly become mired in confusion, delayed decisions, and a lack of ownership. The 3 project interests. PRINCE2 recognizes that successful projects require engagement and representation from 3 key organizational interests, each with distinct needs and expectations. Business interest. This represents the individual or group responsible for ensuring the project provides value for money and contributes to the organization's strategic objectives. They approve the business case and ensure the costs are justified by the expected benefits. User interest. These are the people who will use the project's products or who will be affected by its outcomes. They define the desired results and ensure the products are fit for purpose. Their needs drive the project's quality criteria. Supplier interest. This represents the individuals or groups who provide the resources, skills, and expertise to deliver the project's products. This can be an internal team, an external vendor, or a combination. They are responsible for the technical feasibility and quality of the deliverables. To ensure all 3 interests are properly represented and balanced, PRINCE2 prescribes a specific project management team structure. The PRINCE2 project management team structure. PRINCE2 defines several key roles within the project management team. It's important to note that a single individual can fulfill more than one role on smaller projects, or a single role can be shared among multiple people on very large projects. The key is that the responsibilities of each role are covered. Corporate, program management, or the customer directing level, outside the project. This is the highest authority to which the project board reports. They provide the overall mandate for the project, appoint the project board, and provide strategic direction. They are outside the project organization but initiate its existence. The project board directing level within the project. This is the steering committee for the project. The project board is accountable for the project's success. It must have representation from all three key interests: business, user, and supplier. Executive, the single individual accountable for the project and its business case. They represent the business interest and ensure the project remains justifiable. The executive is the ultimate decision-maker on the project board and carries the final responsibility. Senior users represents the interests of all the users who will eventually use the project's products or be affected by them. They are responsible for specifying user requirements and verifying that the delivered products are fit for purpose. There can be one or more senior users. Senior suppliers represents the interests of those designing, developing, and building the project's products. They are responsible for the quality of the products delivered and ensuring that the project is technically feasible and can be completed within budget and time. There can be one or more senior suppliers. The project manager, managing level, responsible for the day-to-day management of the project, ensuring it delivers the required products on time, within budget, and to the specified quality. The project manager acts as the single point of contact for the project board and manages the interfaces between the project board and the team managers. They lead and motivate the project team. Team manager, delivering level, responsible for producing the specialist products allocated to their team. They manage a team of specialists, e.g., developers, engineers, designers, and ensure that work packages are delivered according to specifications, timeframes, and quality standards. On smaller projects, the project manager might also act as a team manager. Project assurance, supporting role, an independent role or group of roles that monitors the project's performance and provides independent assurance to the project board members that the project is being conducted properly and in line with corporate or program standards. This isn't about doing the work, but about checking that the project manager is doing the right work, the right way. This role typically reports directly to the project board members. They are assuring, e.g., business assurance to the executive senior user, supplier assurance to the senior supplier. Change authority, supporting role, optional, but often used on larger projects. This is a person or group delegated by the project board to process and reject project changes within certain tolerance levels. This frees up the project board from having to approve every small change. Project support, supporting role, provides administrative, guidance, and project management tool support to the project manager and team managers. This can include maintaining logs, managing documentation, and providing reporting assistance. Real-world application and benefits. Imagine the tech builders company again, where the ERP rollout failed. One of the major issues was a lack of clear ownership and decision-making power. Different department heads would provide conflicting requirements, and no one had the authority to make a definitive decision when compromises were needed. Project status meetings were chaotic, with everyone pointing fingers or trying to protect their own turf. In a PRINCE2 project, this situation would be mitigated from the outset. The executive, e.g., the chief financial officer, would ensure the ERP system investment was financially sound and aligned with company strategy. The senior user, e.g., a representative from finance, HR, and operations, or a user committee, would clearly define what the system must do for their departments to improve daily operations. They would ensure the delivered product is actually usable and beneficial to its end users. The senior supplier, e.g., the head of IT and/or the vendor's project lead, would confirm the technical feasibility and ensure the system is built to specification and integrates correctly. The project manager would be the single point of accountability for day-to-day delivery, managing issues, and reporting progress to this unified project board. This structure provides clear lines of authority and communication, ensuring that all key project interests are represented and that decision-making is efficient and balanced. It means conflicts are addressed by the project board, ensuring changes are in the best interest of the entire project, not just one department. The organization theme, through its clearly defined roles and responsibilities, directly supports the defined roles and responsibilities principle, creating a robust governance framework vital for the successful execution of any project. It transforms potential project chaos into a streamlined, accountable, and collaborative effort. Next, we will explore the quality theme, which ensures that the carefully defined products actually meet the needs of the users. Chapter 5, Delivering Excellence, the Quality Theme. We've established the why business case and the who organization of a PRINCE2 project. Now, we turn our attention to the how good. The quality theme addresses how the project ensures that its products are fit for purpose, meet stakeholder expectations, and deliver the intended benefits. In essence, it defines how the project will produce what it set out to produce to the required standard. This theme directly supports the PRINCE2 principle of focus on products. It moves beyond simply delivering something to delivering something right. Quality, in a project context, isn't about luxury. It's about meeting defined requirements and criteria. A product is of high quality if it consistently meets the agreed-upon specifications and user needs. Understanding quality in PRINCE2. PRINCE2 differentiates between quality planning, defining the quality standards, and the quality management activities that will be applied to the project. This involves identifying what aspects of the product are critical, what standards they must meet, and how quality will be assured and controlled. Quality control, the operational techniques and activities used to ensure that the project's products meet their specified quality requirements. This includes inspection, testing, and approval. Quality assurance, an independent check and confirmation that the project is adhering to the established quality management system. This is typically an organizational function outside the project team, ensuring the project management team itself is following processes. Project assurance, which we touched on in the organization theme, contributes to this. Key components of the quality theme. Project Product Description, PPD. This is a high-level description of the project's main output. It defines the customer's quality expectations for the final product, details the overall scope, and provides quality criteria. It's created at the very start of the project, during the starting up a project process, and is refined during initiation. For example, for a new customer self-service portal, the PPD might state, secure web portal allowing customers to manage accounts, pay bills, and log support requests. Accessible 24/7 with 99.9% uptime, and achieving a customer satisfaction score of 4.55 within 3 months of launch. Product description, for specialist products. Every major deliverable within the project, often referred to as a specialist product in PRINCE2, must have its own detailed product description. This document specifies purpose. What is the product for? Composition. What does it consist of? E.g., for a software module, it might list code, documentation, test plans. Derivation, where does it come from? E.g., inputs, previous products. Quality criteria, the specific measures that the product must meet to be acceptable, e.g., response time under 2 seconds. All calculations are accurate to 6 decimal places. Conforms to British Standard XYZ. Pass user acceptance testing by 90% of pilot users. Quality tolerance, the acceptable range of deviation for the criteria, e.g., response time between 1.5 and 2.5 seconds. Quality method, how will the quality be checked? E.g., peer review, expert review, independent testing, automated testing. Quality responsibilities, who is responsible for producing the product and who is responsible for checking its quality? Consider the example of a product description for a user manual. Purpose, to enable end users to effectively use the new software system for common tasks. Composition, PDF document indexed with screenshots and a troubleshooting guide. Quality criteria, clear and concise language, readability score X, accurate steps, 100% verifiable by pilot users, complete coverage of core functions, spell-checked, consistent formatting, approved by training manager. Quality method, technical review by subject matter expert, user readability test, proofreading. Quality responsibilities, technical writer creation, training manager review, project manager approval. Quality management approach. This document outlines how quality will be generally managed and controlled throughout the project, consistent with the organization's overall quality management system. It details the specific roles, responsibilities, procedures, and techniques that will be used for quality planning, control, and assurance within this specific project. The quality review technique. PRINCE2 recommends a specific structured approach for product quality checking called the quality review technique. This is a formal meeting where a product is evaluated against its product description by a team of peers and relevant stakeholders. It's an effective way to obtain early feedback, identify defects, and ensure all stakeholders are satisfied with the product before it's signed off. A typical quality review involves presenter, the person who produced the product; reviewers, individuals knowledgeable in the product area who critically evaluate it against its quality criteria; administrator, manages the meeting logistics and documents findings; chairperson, facilitates the meeting and ensures it stays on track. The outcome is a list of agreed actions, e.g., correct a bug, clarify a section, and a formal recommendation on whether the product is complete and fit for purpose. Real-world application and benefits. Imagine a construction project to build a new bridge. Without a strong quality theme applied, weak quality, the project product description might say, build a safe bridge. Result: the bridge might look fine, but what constitutes safe? Is it able to withstand a once-in-a-century flood? What about corrosion? The detailed product descriptions for each element, e.g., concrete mix for pylons, steel tensile strength for cables, might be missing, leading to substandard materials or workmanship. The quality management approach could be non-existent beyond basic regulations. Defects might only be discovered late, leading to costly rework, delays, or even catastrophic failure. Now, consider applying the PRINCE2 quality theme to the bridge project. The project product description would detail the bridge's capacity, design life, environmental impact, and aesthetic requirements, and adhere to specific national engineering standards. Each major component, e.g., main suspension cable, road deck segment, foundation pile, would have a product description meticulously outlining its specifications, materials, dimensions, stress tolerances, and specific quality tests, e.g., tensile strength tests to be performed on 1% of cables, concrete compressive strength tests every 50 cubic meters. The quality management approach would detail the frequency of inspections, the roles of independent structural engineers, the documentation required for material certification, and the procedures for handling nonconformances. Quality reviews would occur at various stages, where engineers and regulatory bodies would review designs, material specifications, and construction methodologies before physical work begins. The benefits are clear: reduced rework, fewer defects, improved stakeholder satisfaction, and a higher likelihood of delivering a product that truly meets the needs and expectations throughout its life cycle. This proactive focus on quality, embedded from the outset through detailed planning and formal checks, ensures that the project delivers true value. The quality theme, with its emphasis on defining products and managing their quality from the start, is a cornerstone of PRINCE2. It transforms the abstract idea of a project into tangible, measurable outputs. In the next chapter, we will explore the plan's theme, which details how PRINCE2 structures the planning process to deliver these high-quality products. Chapter 6, Mapping the Journey, the plan's theme. We've covered the guiding principles, the critical why business case, the essential who, organization, and the meticulous how good, quality. Now we arrive at the when and the how, the heart of project execution, the plan's theme. In PRINCE2, planning is not a one-off activity at the beginning of a project. It's a continuous process throughout the project's life cycle, driven by its unique manage by stages principle. The plan's theme explains how PRINCE2 projects are planned and how the products are to be delivered. It ensures that the right information is available to the right people, at the right time, to enable informed decisions. A well-constructed plan provides a roadmap, guiding the project team and informing stakeholders about progress, timescales, costs, and responsibilities. Why planning is crucial. Consider our earlier anecdote of the untamed software rollout. A significant contributing factor to its failure was inadequate and ever-changing plans. Without a clear plan, uncertainty reigns, resources are misallocated, progress is difficult to measure, and key deliverables are missed. A plan acts as a statement of how and when. It outlines how, by whom, and when the project's objectives will be achieved. A communications tool. It allows project stakeholders to understand the project objectives, scope, timescales, and responsibilities. A measurement baseline. It provides a baseline against which progress can be measured, enabling effective control. A management tool. It allows the project manager to track progress, manage exceptions, and adjust as necessary. Levels of plan in PRINCE2. PRINCE2 recognizes that different levels of management require different levels of detail in their plans. It defines 3 levels of plan, each supporting the manage by stages and manage by exception principles. Project plan high level. This is the initial high-level plan for the entire project, created during the initiation stage. It's primarily for the project board to understand the overall project scope, timescale, cost, quality, risks, and benefits. It summarizes the key management stages, the major products, and the broad resource requirements. It provides the project board with sufficient information to make the initial decision to invest in the project. Once approved, it forms the planning baseline for the entire project and is maintained throughout its life. Stage plan, detailed, created towards the end of the preceding management stage as part of the managing a stage boundary process. This plan provides a detailed breakdown for the next immediate management stage only. It contains granular information on the products to be delivered in that stage, the activities required, specific resource allocation, detailed costs, refined timescales, and work package assignments. It's primarily for the project manager to control the current stage and for the project board to authorize moving into the next stage. This detailed planning, coupled with the manage by stages principle, means that the project only plans in detail for one stage at a time. This allows for flexibility and reduces the risk of committing to detailed plans that might become obsolete due to changes in the project environment or business case. Team plan, very detailed, created by team managers or the project manager if no separate team manager role exists. Drives the day-to-day work. It details how the specific work packages, agreed tasks, and products delegated from the project manager will be delivered. Often less formal than project or stage plans, they provide short-term planning and scheduling for team members. They are continually updated as work progresses within a stage. Planning steps in PRINCE2. Regardless of the level of plan, PRINCE2 outlines a systematic approach to planning. Design the plan. Identify the type of plan, project, stage, team, and what level of detail is required. Define and analyze products. Crucially, aligning with focus on products principle. This is the foundation of PRINCE2 planning. Identify all major end products, then break them down into smaller, manageable products. The product breakdown structure, PBS, visually represents this hierarchy, and product descriptions define each product in detail, including its quality criteria from the quality theme. This ensures that planning is driven by what needs to be delivered, not just the activities. Example using the bridge construction. A PBS would break bridge into foundations, superstructure, road deck, etc. Foundations might break into piles, pile caps, and abutments. Each of these would have a detailed product description. Identify activities and dependencies. Define the activities required to create each product. Establish logical sequences and dependencies between activities, e.g., you can't pour the concrete before the rebar is in place. Prepare estimates. Estimate the effort, cost, and duration for each activity and product. Prepare the schedule. Create a timeline, allocating resources to activities, considering working days and available capacity. Analyze the risks. Identify potential risks and opportunities associated with the plan, leading into the risk theme. Document the plan. Present the plan clearly and concisely, including assumptions, tolerances, and control points. Tolerances and the plan. Tolerances are a critical part of the plan's theme, directly supporting the manage by exception principle. For each level of plan, project, stage, work package, tolerances are set for time. How much later or earlier can the plan be completed? Cost. How much more or less can the plan cost? Scope. What variations in the products are acceptable? Quality. What deviations from quality criteria are acceptable? Benefits. What variations in the expected benefits are acceptable? Risk. What is the overall acceptable level of risk? The project manager operates within the project board's tolerances for the stage. If the project manager forecasts that a tolerance will be exceeded, they must raise an exception report for the project board's decision. This ensures that only significant deviations are escalated, empowering the project manager to manage day-to-day. Practical application. Imagine planning a new company intranet. Without Prince2 planning, a project manager might create a Gantt chart based on a vague idea of design intranet, build intranet, test intranet. No clear product definitions exist, leading to assumptions about features and quality. Mid-project, stakeholders suddenly demand a mobile app version, which was never in any initial plan. This leads to scope creep, budget overruns, and delays because the foundation for such a feature wasn't built into the early stages. With Prince2 and the plan's theme in action, a project plan would outline the major stages, e.g., requirements gathering, design, development, testing, deployment. The design stage would have a detailed stage plan, driven by products like user experience wireframes, technical architecture specifications, and visual design mockups, each with a clear product description and quality criteria. Development teams would then receive team plans for integrate user authentication module or develop content management interface, derived from the stage plan. Tolerances would be set. If a particular stage's development costs risk exceeding the agreed budget by more than, say, 10%, the tolerance. The project manager would escalate this to the project board for a decision before the issue becomes unmanageable. By focusing on products, breaking the project into manageable stages, and setting clear tolerances, the plan's theme provides a robust and flexible framework for navigating the project journey. It ensures that planning is a proactive, iterative process that supports control and ultimately leads to successful delivery. Next, we will explore the risk theme, which helps navigate the inevitable uncertainties inherent in any project journey. Chapter 7, Navigating Uncertainty, the Risk Theme. Every project, regardless of its size or nature, faces uncertainty. The unexpected can occur, threatening to derail progress, increase costs, or compromise quality. This is where the risk theme comes into play. Prince2 recognizes that effective project management involves proactively identifying, assessing, and controlling risks throughout the project's lifecycle. The goal isn't to eliminate all risk, which is often impossible and undesirable, but to understand it, manage it, and ensure that the project's exposure to uncertainty remains within acceptable limits. In Prince2, a risk is an uncertain event or set of events that, if it occurs, will have an effect on the achievement of project objectives. Risks can be either threats, negative impacts, e.g., a key supplier going out of business, or opportunities, positive impacts, e.g., a new technology emerging that could speed up development. Both need to be managed. Why is risk management so important? Ignoring risk is like setting sail without checking the weather forecast. While the journey might begin smoothly, an unpredicted storm could capsize the entire endeavor. For projects, unmanaged risks can lead to cost overruns, needing additional funds to fix problems, schedule delays, missing deadlines due to unexpected issues, quality degradation, compromising deliverables to meet other constraints, failure to achieve benefits. The project products might be delivered, but the expected value isn't realized because a key assumption, a significant risk, wasn't recognized or managed. Reputational damage for the organization and the people involved. Recall the untamed software rollout. A lack of robust risk management was a silent saboteur. Key integration challenges with legacy systems were known possibilities but never formally assessed or planned for. When they materialized, they became full-blown crises rather than managed problems. The Prince2 approach to risk management. Prince2 advocates a cyclical and continuous approach to risk management, ensuring risks are identified, analyzed, and controlled at all levels of the project. This involves several iterative steps. Identify what are the potential risks, threats, or opportunities to the project objectives. This involves asking what-if questions, techniques, brainstorming sessions, reviewing lessons learned from similar projects, expert interviews, checklists. Example: for a new product launch, a threat might be competitor launches similar product earlier, and an opportunity might be new social media platform emerges that offers highly targeted advertising at low cost. Assess what is the likelihood of each risk occurring and what would be the impact if it did. This helps prioritize risks. Likelihood, often rated e.g., very low, low, medium, high, very high, or a percentage. Impact, rated for its effect on time, cost, quality, scope, or benefits, e.g., minor, moderate, significant, major, catastrophic. Proximity, how soon might the risk occur? Immediate, near-term, long-term. Example, threat. Key supplier goes bankrupt, likelihood. Medium, impact. High delays, entire production line, proximity, medium term. Plan, what actions will be taken to respond to each risk. The goal is to either reduce the likelihood of a threat, lessen its impact, increase the likelihood of an opportunity, or enhance its impact. For threats, there are 4 primary response categories. Avoid. Change the plan to eliminate the threat entirely, e.g., choose a different technology. Reduce. Take action to decrease the likelihood or impact of the threat, e.g., implement rigorous testing, get backup supplier. Fallback/contingency. Plan what to do if the risk does occur, e.g., have a contingency budget alternative plan. Transfer. Shift the risk to a third party, e.g., insurance, outsourcing specific tasks. For opportunities, there are also 4 primary response categories. Exploit. Make sure the opportunity happens and its benefits are realized, e.g., invest in integrating new technology. Enhance. Increase the likelihood or impact of the opportunity, e.g., dedicating more resources to explore a new market. Share. Partner with a third party to capitalize on the opportunity, e.g., joint venture. Reject/decline. Decide not to pursue the opportunity if it doesn't align with objectives or is too risky. Implement. Carry out the planned risk responses. This often involves assigning ownership of risks to individuals, risk owners, who are responsible for monitoring and taking action. Communicate. Keep stakeholders informed about the project's risk exposure and the effectiveness of risk responses. This is typically done through the risk register, a record of identified risks, their assessment, planned responses, and current status, and regular risk reports. The risk management approach document. Similar to the quality management approach, PRINCE2 requires a risk management approach document. This outlines how risk management will be conducted for this specific project, including the risk management procedure to be followed, the steps above, roles and responsibilities for risk management, scales for likelihood and impact, reporting formats and frequency, overall risk tolerance for the project. This ensures a consistent and structured approach to managing uncertainty throughout the project. Risk tolerance and the business case. The project board, through the executive, defines the project's overall risk tolerance. This is the acceptable level of risk the project can bear without the business case becoming unviable. The project manager then operates within this tolerance. If a risk exposure is forecast to exceed this agreed tolerance, or any other defined tolerance, like time or cost, the project manager must escalate it as an exception to the project board for a decision. This aligns perfectly with the manage by exception principle. Practical application. Consider a marketing project to launch an aggressive new advertising campaign. Identified threats. Negative public reaction to campaign message. Key influencer pulls out last minute. Competitor launches counter campaign. Identified opportunities. Unexpected viral spread of content. Partnership offer from major media outlet. Without PRINCE2's risk theme, the team might just proceed, crossing their fingers. If a negative reaction occurs, it's a scramble to do damage control, wasting resources and potentially harming brand reputation. With PRINCE2, the risk management approach would detail how PR strategy, social listening tools, and rapid response protocols would be used. The risk register would list negative public reaction, likelihood, medium, impact, high, planned response, reduce, conduct extensive focus group testing on campaign message, planned response, fallback, prepare crisis communication plan and budget for PR firm. Opportunity, exploit. Proactively engage with micro-influencers to boost organic reach. Opportunity, enhance. Have pre-approved content ready to leverage viral trends. The project manager would monitor these continuously. If focus group results showed unexpectedly high negative sentiment, it would be escalated to the project board, possibly triggering an exception, allowing them to decide on a major rethink before public launch. In conclusion, the risk theme transforms uncertainty from a looming threat into a manageable element of project delivery. By instilling a proactive and disciplined approach to identifying, assessing, and planning for both threats and opportunities, PRINCE2 empowers project teams to navigate the inherent uncertainties of projects more effectively, ultimately safeguarding the realization of benefits and contributing to more successful project outcomes. Up next, we'll delve into the change theme, which focuses on managing unexpected variations and keeping the project aligned with its original vision. Chapter 8. Adapting to Change, the Change Theme. Projects are, by definition, about change. They are temporary endeavors that introduce new products, services, or results. However, unforeseen variations or requests for modifications to those new products are almost inevitable. Changes can arise from external factors, e.g., new legislation, market shifts, internal discoveries, e.g., unforeseen technical challenges, better solutions identified, or stakeholder demands, e.g., a user realizing a new feature is crucial. This brings us to the change theme, which describes how PRINCE2 manages changes to the project's baseline products, ensuring proper control and avoiding uncontrolled scope creep. Successfully managing change is a delicate balancing act. On one hand, projects need to be agile enough to adapt to new information and stakeholder needs. On the other hand, uncontrolled changes can undermine the business case, derail plans, and lead to chaotic execution. The change theme provides a structured approach to reconcile these two needs, safeguarding the project's integrity and its ability to deliver its original objectives and benefits. Why is change management crucial? Many projects fail or run significantly over budget and time precisely because changes are poorly managed. Recall the untamed software rollout. One of its central flaws was scope creep, the endless addition of new features or modifications without proper assessment of their impact. Team members were constantly chasing new requirements, leading to frustration, rework, and a product that tried to be everything to everyone and ultimately satisfied no one. Uncontrolled changes lead to loss of control. The project loses its original direction and objectives. Budget and schedule overruns. Each change can add cost and time, often disproportionately. Resource drain. Resources are diverted to new tasks, impacting existing work. Compromised quality. Rushed implementation of changes can introduce defects. Erosion of business case. The added cost and delays might erode the justification for the project itself. The change theme ensures that every proposed change is properly evaluated, decided upon, and implemented. Types of change in PRINCE2. PRINCE2 identifies 3 types of change that need to be managed systematically. Issues. Any relevant event that has happened, was not planned, and requires management action. Issues can be management products are not performing as expected, e.g., a progress report is late. Problems, concerns. Anything the project manager needs to resolve or bring to the attention of the project board, e.g., a key resource leaves, a technical problem arises. Requests for change. A proposal to change a baseline product. This is the most common and significant type of issue covered by the change theme. Off specifications. A baseline product has failed to meet its specifications or quality criteria. The change theme primarily focuses on requests for change and off specifications, as these directly impact the project's scope, time, cost, and quality. The issue and change control procedure. PRINCE2 prescribes a clear procedure for handling issues and changes. Capture. All issues are formally recorded, typically in an issue register. This ensures nothing is forgotten and provides a central log for all anomalies and change requests. This also fosters transparency. Examine. Once captured, the issue is analyzed to understand its nature, impact, and who is affected. For a request for change or off specification, this involves assessing its impact on the project plan, stage plan, business case, and risks. This is often done by the project manager, potentially with support from team members or subject matter experts. Propose resolution, take action. For a simple problem, the project manager might resolve it directly if it falls within their delegated tolerances. For requests for change or off specifications, detailed options are often developed. For instance, if a user requests a new feature, the project manager might propose options. Implement it now with associated cost-time impact, implement it later in a subsequent phase, or reject it. Decide. Depending on the severity and impact, the decision power for issues and change requests resides at different levels. Project manager can resolve issues or approve minor changes that fall within their delegated tolerances set by the project board. Change authority. On larger projects, the project board might delegate a specific individual or group the change authority to make decisions on certain types of changes, typically those with impacts above the project manager's tolerance, but below the project board's overall tolerance. This prevents the project board from being inundated with minor change requests. Project board retains ultimate authority for changes that would breach the overall project tolerances or major changes that significantly alter the business case or strategic direction. Every decision must be formally recorded. Implement. Once a decision is made, the approved resolution or change is implemented. This will often involve updating plans, product descriptions, and other relevant project documentation. The configuration item record and configuration management strategy. To effectively manage changes to products, PRINCE2 relies on configuration management. This is a technical and administrative activity concerned with creating, maintaining, and controlling changes to the products of a project. Configuration item record, CIR. For each significant product or configuration item, a CIR is maintained. This record typically includes unique identifier, e.g. version number, status, e.g. draft, approved, completed, version history, relationship to other products, location, responsible person, configuration management strategy. This document defines the specific procedures and tools for configuration management for this project. It dictates how products will be identified, controlled, and protected throughout the project lifecycle. It prevents multiple versions of a single document or software module from existing concurrently in an uncontrolled manner. Practical application. Imagine a project to design and build a new training module for employees on a critical new compliance regulation. Scenario. Midway through the project, the legal department issues a revision to the regulation. This is an off-specification. The current training module design is now out of compliance. PRINCE2 approach, capture. The project manager logs this as an off-specification in the issue register. Examine. The project manager and a subject matter expert assess the impact. It's determined that the change requires rewriting 20% of the course content, re-recording 2 video modules, and adding 3 new quiz questions. This will add 1 week to the schedule and $5,000 to the budget, potentially breaching the stage plan's time tolerance. Propose resolution. The project manager drafts an option paper. Option A. Incorporate changes now, proposing the 1-week $5,000 increase. Option B. Implement a patch module post-launch as further legal updates are expected, but this makes the initial module incomplete. Decide. Since the change breaches the time tolerance of the current stage, the project manager raises an exception report outlining the options to the project board. The project board reviews the business case impact. Missing compliance could be catastrophic. Decides to absorb the extra week and cost, and approves Option A implement. The project manager updates the stage plan, informs the affected team members, and updates the relevant configuration item records, e.g. The training course content and video module 1 now have a new version number, with the change rationale recorded. This structured approach prevents the project from blindly adopting changes. Instead, each requested change is put through a rigorous funnel. Is it necessary? What is its impact? Who needs to approve it? This ensures that the project remains aligned with its business case and continues to deliver products that are fit for purpose, even as requirements evolve. The change theme is intrinsically linked to the continued business justification and managed by exception principles, maintaining control over the project's scope and resources. In the next chapter, we will delve into the progress theme, which builds upon these foundations by outlining how to monitor and control the project's advancement against its plans. Chapter 9. Staying on track, the progress theme. We've equipped our project with principles, justified its existence, assembled a skilled team, defined quality, drafted a roadmap, navigated risks, and prepared for change. Now, how do we know if we're actually moving forward as planned? This is where the progress theme becomes indispensable. It establishes the mechanisms for monitoring and comparing actual achievements against planned objectives, forecasting future performance, and taking corrective actions to ensure the project remains viable and achieves its objectives. In essence, the progress theme answers the fundamental questions: are we on track? If not, why not? What needs to be done about it? It's about keeping the project under control, providing visibility to the project board and stakeholders, and ensuring the project delivers value for money. Why is progress monitoring so important? Without effective progress monitoring, a project becomes a black box. Team members might be busy, but are they busy with the right things? Is the project consuming resources at a rate consistent with its progress? Are the key deliverables being completed on time and to quality? A lack of progress monitoring can lead to late discovery of problems. Issues fester and become much harder and more expensive to fix. Budget overruns, costs accumulate faster than anticipated, unnoticed until it's too late. Schedule slips, deadlines are missed repeatedly without forewarning. Lost opportunities, failure to identify positive deviations or trends that could be leveraged. Project failure. The project simply runs out of time or money before delivering its objectives, with no early warning signs. The progress theme is intrinsically linked to the manage by stages and manage by exception principles. It provides the data and processes needed to make informed decisions at stage boundaries and to trigger escalation when tolerances are breached. Key control aspects of the progress theme. The progress theme covers several critical control mechanisms. Delegating authority. The project board delegates authority and responsibility for managing a stage to the project manager within clearly defined tolerances for time, cost, quality, scope, benefits, and risk. The project manager, in turn, delegates authority for delivering work packages to team managers, if applicable, or team members, again within their own set of tolerances. This tiered delegation works hand in hand with the manage by exception principle, ensuring that each level of management only intervenes when a problem is beyond the delegated authority of the level below them. Monitoring progress. Collecting data. This involves gathering information on actual progress against the plan, e.g., tasks completed, products delivered, resources consumed, money spent. Comparing actuals versus plan. Regularly comparing what has actually happened with what was planned for the current stage and forecasting for the remainder of the stage and project. Example: if a task was scheduled for 5 days and cost $1,000, and it took 7 days and cost $1,500, this deviation is noted. Reporting progress. Highlight report. Produced by the project manager to the project board and potentially other stakeholders at agreed regular intervals. It provides a concise summary of stage progress, key achievements, forecast for the remainder of the stage, current status of tolerances, and any immediate issues or risks. It's designed to give the project board a quick pulse on the project. Checkpoint report, produced by the team manager to the project manager at agreed regular intervals. It details the progress of work packages, problems encountered, and forecasts for completion. This is the project manager's primary tool for understanding day-to-day work progress. End stage report, produced by the project manager to the project board at the end of each management stage. It reviews the performance of the closed stage, summarizes the business case status, assesses overall project risks, planning for the next stage, and makes recommendations for continued project viability. This report leads into the project board's decision to proceed or not. End project report, produced by the project manager at the end of the project, during the closing a project process. It reviews project performance against its baseline, assesses remaining risks, and confirms that all products have been delivered and accepted. It also provides a vital record of lessons learned for future projects. Taking corrective action. If progress deviates from the plan, The project manager is responsible for identifying and implementing corrective actions within their delegated tolerances. This might involve reallocating resources, adjusting schedules, or modifying work methods. If the deviation is so significant that it is forecast to breach the project manager's tolerance, an exception report must be raised. Managing by exception. This is the cornerstone of the progress theme's effectiveness. When the project manager forecasts that a specific tolerance, time, cost, quality, scope, benefits, or risk will be exceeded, they raise an exception report to the project board. The exception report outlines the problem, its impact, possible options for resolution, including doing nothing, and the project manager's recommendation. The project board then makes a decision: either grant a new tolerance, instruct new actions, or even decide to stop the project. This ensures that senior management only gets involved for critical decisions, empowering lower levels to manage within agreed boundaries. If an exception report leads to a significant change, the project board may require the project manager to produce an exception plan detailing how the project will proceed within new or adjusted tolerances. Practical application. Let's apply this to a project aiming to develop a new training course for internal employees. Initial setup. The project board sets a stage tolerance for the content development stage. Complete within 6 weeks, not exceeding $20,000, with 90% of content quality criteria met. The project manager sets work package tolerances for the instructional designers within that stage. Mid-stage monitoring. Checkpoint reports. Weekly, instructional designers report to the project manager via checkpoint reports. Week 3. Designer A reports their module is 1 day behind schedule due to unexpected graphic design complexity, but expects to catch up. Designer B is on track. Project manager's action. Within tolerance, so steps are taken to support designer A, e.g., light coaching, reprioritize minor tasks. The PM doesn't escalate to the project board. Escalation and exception. Week 4. Designer A now forecasts they will be 5 days behind and require another 10 hours of a specialist's time, pushing their work package beyond its cost tolerance and the stage beyond its time tolerance. Project manager's action. This triggers an exception report. The PM writes the report. Forecast to exceed content development stage time tolerance by 3 days and cost tolerance by $800 due to unforeseen graphic design complexity. Options: 1. Allocate additional external designer, cost $2,000, 0 days delay. 2. Reduce scope of graphics, risk poorer user engagement. 3. Accept delay, project board approves new tolerance. Project board's decision. Reviews the exception report and makes a decision, e.g., they authorize a new stage plan, exception plan, that allows for an additional 3 days and $800 expenditure, recognizing the importance of maintaining graphic quality for learner engagement. This structured approach prevents the project manager from continually pestering the project board with minor updates, but ensures that critical issues that threaten project viability are escalated for timely senior management intervention. The progress theme, through its systematic approach to monitoring and reporting, is vital for maintaining control, facilitating effective decision-making, and ultimately achieving the project's objectives within its defined boundaries. With the foundational principles and the guiding themes now understood, we are ready to explore the dynamic how of PRINCE2, projects the processes, starting with the overall project journey. This will be the focus of the next 2 chapters. Chapter 10, From Start to Finish, the Project Journey Through PRINCE2 Processes, Part 1. We've now covered the foundational why principles and the continuous what themes of PRINCE2. These provide the essential framework and structure. Now, we turn to the how, the processes. PRINCE2 is a process-based method, meaning it describes a logical sequence of activities required to plan, initiate, manage, and deliver a project. These 7 processes guide the project management team from the very beginning of a project right through to its conclusion. Think of the processes as a finely tuned engine, where each part plays a specific role in moving the project forward. While the principles are the project's DNA and the themes are ongoing concerns, the processes are the dynamic sequence of steps that bring the project to life and manage it effectively. This chapter, Part 1, will cover the initial 3 processes that kickstart and define a project: starting up a project, directing a project, and initiating a project. Understanding PRINCE2 processes. It's important to remember that these processes are not rigid, isolated steps performed once. They are interconnected, often iterative, and many run in parallel or throughout the project's life. The processes are tailored to suit the specific project environment, size, and complexity, as per the tailor to suit the project environment principle. The 7 PRINCE2 processes are: starting up a project, SU; directing a project, DP; initiating a project, IP; controlling a stage, CS; managing product delivery, MP; managing a stage boundary, SB; closing a project, CP. Let's delve into the first 3 processes. 1. Starting up a project, SU. Every project begins with an idea or a need. The starting up a project process is designed to ensure that potential projects are viable and worthwhile before any significant resources are committed. It's like a preliminary check to see if there's enough information to even consider investing in a formal project. Purpose: to confirm the project is sensible and whether it has a good business justification before proceeding to full initiation. It aims to prevent ill-conceived projects from consuming valuable resources. Key activities and outputs: appoint executive and project manager. The first formal step is to appoint the individual accountable for the project, executive, and the person responsible for day-to-day management, project manager. Capture the project mandate. This is the trigger that kicks off the project, a high-level instruction, e.g., from a senior manager, a program, or customer, defining the reason for the project. Appoint project board members. The executive appoints the senior users and senior suppliers to form the project board. Outline business case. The project manager, initially, compiles a draft business case. This is short and sweet, just enough to justify the effort of the initiation stage. It answers: is this project worth investigating further? Project brief. A summary document that provides a full picture of the project, including its objectives, scope, roles, outline business case, and expected next steps. This is a crucial early product. Plan the initiation stage. Develop a plan for how the initiation stage itself will be conducted, including activities, resources, and timescales. Relationship to principles and themes. Continued business justification. The outline business case directly addresses this. Defined roles and responsibilities. Appointment of the project board members and project manager. Plan's theme: creation of the initiation stage plan. Organization theme: establishment of the initial project management team structure. Analogy: imagine wanting to build a custom-designed treehouse. This process is like that first conversation with an architect. You explain your dream, they confirm it's technically possible within your budget range. Quickly sketch out some basic ideas and agree on a plan for the next step. A more detailed design phase. No actual building starts yet, but you establish credibility and feasibility. 2. Directing a project, DP. This process runs from the very beginning of the project, after starting up, until its closure. It describes the project board's activities. The project board, comprising the executive, senior user, and senior supplier, has overall responsibility and authority for the project. Purpose: to enable the project board to be accountable for the project's success. It provides decision points at key stages, allowing the project board to ensure the project remains viable and on track, while also providing overall direction and control. Key activities and outputs. Authorize initiation. The project board reviews the project brief and initiation stage plan produced in the SU process and decides whether to authorize the project to proceed to the initiation stage. This is the first formal go-no-go decision. Authorize the project. At the end of the initiation stage, the project board reviews the detailed project plan and business case and decides whether to authorize the project to proceed to its delivery stages. This is the big decision to invest. Authorize a stage or exception plan. At the end of each management stage, the project board reviews the end stage report and the next stage plan, or an exception report plan if tolerances have been breached, and decides whether to proceed with the next stage or approve solutions to issues. This embodies manage by stages. Give ad hoc direction. The project board provides ongoing guidance and advice to the project manager throughout the project. Authorize project closure. The project board reviews the end project report and decides if the project is complete and can be formally closed. Relationship to principles and themes. Manage by stages, evident in the authorization of each stage. Manage by exception. The project board's role in managing exception reports. Continued business justification, reviewed at every authorization point. Organization theme. The project board is the core of the project's governance. Progress theme, reviewing reports and making decisions based on project progress. Analogy. For our treehouse, the homeowner project board is making the high-level decisions. After seeing the initial sketch project brief, they give the go-ahead for detailed design. Once those plans are complete, they give the green light for construction. At key milestones, stages, they inspect the work, approve progress, or address problems, and decide whether to release funds for the next phase, ensuring the treehouse aligns with their original vision and budget. 3. Initiating a project IP. Once the project board has authorized initiation, the project manager can begin the initiating a project process. This is where the thorough planning and setup happen. This is the stage where the project's foundation is built. Purpose. To establish a solid foundation for the project so that the organization understands the work that needs to be done, how it will be delivered, how risks will be managed, and how success will be measured before committing to significant expenditure. Key activities and outputs. Create the project plan. This is the comprehensive plan for the entire project, including key stages, milestones, overall budget, and resources. It answers, what will the entire project look like? Refine the business case. The outline business case from SU is expanded and fully detailed, providing robust justification drawing on the project plan. Establish the project controls. Define how the project will be controlled, including risk management approach, how risks will be identified, assessed, and managed. Quality management approach, how quality will be planned, controlled, and assured. Change control approach, how issues and changes will be handled. Communication management approach, how information will flow between stakeholders. Set up project files. Establish the project's record-keeping system. Project initiation documentation, PID. This is a critical product that brings together all the key planning and control documents for the project. It acts as the project manager's Bible, a single source of truth for the project. The PID is often a roll-up of the detailed business case, project plan, project controls, and project management team structure. Relationship to principles and themes. Continued business justification. Refined business case is paramount. Focus on products. All planning stems from defining products. Learn from experience, incorporating lessons into project approaches. All themes. The refined approaches for risk, quality, change, communication, and progress feed directly into the PID. Plans theme. Creation of the detailed project plan. Analogy. This is the detailed design phase for our treehouse. The architect project manager meticulously plans everything. Specific materials, structural drawings, detailed budget, exact timeline of construction, how changes will be handled, what inspections will take place, and how they will communicate with the homeowner. This comprehensive blueprint, the PID, is then presented to the homeowner project board for their final approval before construction begins. These 3 processes, starting up a project, directing a project, and initiating a project, set the stage and provide the robust framework for managing the project effectively. They ensure that every project investment is thoroughly considered and planned before significant resources are committed. In the next chapter, Part 2, we will explore the remaining 4 processes that guide the project through its execution and ultimate closure. Chapter 11, From Start to Finish, The Project Journey Through PRINCE2 Processes, Part 2. In the previous chapter, we explored the foundational processes that kickstart and thoroughly plan a PRINCE2 project. Starting up a project, directing a project, and initiating a project. These lay the groundwork and secure the necessary authorizations. Now, we move to the heart of project delivery and control. This chapter will delve into the remaining 4 processes, which manage the actual work and guide the project through its operational stages to its ultimate conclusion. Here's a recap of the 7 PRINCE2 processes. Starting up a project, SU. Directing a project, DP. Initiating a project, IP. Controlling a stage, CS. Managing product delivery, MP. Managing a stage boundary, SB. Closing a project, CP. Let's dive into these 4 core processes that drive the project's day-to-day operations and strategic reviews. 4. Controlling a stage, CS. This is the process primarily used by the project manager to manage a stage on a day-to-day basis. Once a stage has been authorized by the project board via the directing a project process, the project manager is responsible for ensuring the stage delivers its products on time, within budget, and to the required quality. This process is about breaking down the work, assigning it, monitoring progress, dealing with issues, and keeping the project board informed. Purpose: to assign work to be done, monitor that work, deal with issues, report progress to the project board, and take corrective action to ensure the stage remains within its tolerances. Key activities and outputs. Authorize work package. The project manager authorizes work packages to team managers or directly to team members. A work package is a set of information about one or more required products, communicating what needs to be delivered, quality criteria, tolerances for the work, and reporting requirements. It's the project manager's instruction to the team. Review work package status. The project manager regularly reviews the progress of authorized work packages. Review stage status. The project manager continually monitors the overall progress of the stage against its stage plan, assessing products being delivered, resources, and expenses. Deal with issues and risks. The project manager proactively manages issues and risks as they arise, taking immediate corrective action if they are within delegated tolerances. If an issue, like a change request or a problem, threatens to breach the stage tolerances, an exception report is prepared for the project board. Report highlights. On a predefined frequency, e.g. weekly, the project manager sends a highlight report to the project board, summarizing stage progress, issues, risks, and forecasts, keeping them informed without micromanagement. Take corrective action. Implement necessary adjustments to keep the stage within its tolerances. Relationship to principles and themes. Manage by exception. The process is geared towards the project manager managing within tolerances and only escalating exceptions. Progress theme. All monitoring, reporting, and corrective actions are part of the progress theme. Quality theme. Ensuring products meet their documented quality criteria. Change theme. Dealing with issues and change requests. Plans theme. Regularly comparing status against the stage plan. Analogy. If the treehouse is being built, this is the project manager supervising the construction crew daily. They assign specific tasks, e.g., install the main floor joists, build the walls for the north side, check that the work is being done correctly, address any immediate problems, e.g., a delayed material delivery, and send a weekly update to the homeowner on progress and any minor issues. 5. Managing product delivery, MP. This process is where the physical creation of products, project deliverables, takes place. It's used by the team manager, or the project manager if they are directly managing the team, to control the link between the project manager and the team producing the project's specialist products. Purpose: to control the execution of work packages, ensuring products are produced to the agreed specifications, quality, and within the allocated time and cost. It provides a formal acceptance mechanism for the delivered products. Key activities and outputs. Accept work package. The team manager receives and accepts the authorized work package from the project manager. Execute work package. The team undertakes the work, developing the products outlined in the work package. Deliver status reports. The team manager sends regular checkpoint reports to the project manager, detailing progress, issues, and forecasts for the work packages. Deliver products. The team manager ensures the completed products meet their defined quality criteria via quality reviews or other quality checks and obtains formal approval. Once complete, they provide the products to the project manager for integration into the larger stage. Relationship to principles and themes. Focus on products. This is where the products are actually created according to their product descriptions. Quality theme. The primary focus is on ensuring the quality of the specialist products. Progress theme, reporting actual progress against the work package plan. Analogy. This is the construction crew actually building the specific parts of the treehouse. The foreman, team manager, accepts the plans for building a wall section, work package, gathers the materials, oversees the carpenters as they cut and assemble, checks their work against the blueprints, and then formally hands over the completed wall section to the project manager. 6. Managing a stage boundary, SB. At the end of each management stage, the project manager undertakes this process to prepare for the project board's review. It's a point where the project pauses, the project board assesses overall progress and continued viability, and decides whether to proceed to the next stage. This embodies the manage by stages principle. Purpose. To enable the project board to review the success of the current stage, approve the next stage plan, review the updated project plan, and confirm continued business justification, thereby exercising overall control of the project. Key activities and outputs. Review current stage. Assess what has been achieved in the completed stage, compare with the stage plan, and review issues, risks, and lessons learned. Update the project plan. Incorporate lessons from the completed stage and reflect the updated understanding of the remaining project work. Update the business case. Re-examine the business case based on the actual costs and benefits from the completed stage and revised forecasts for remaining stages. Prepare next stage plan. Develop a detailed plan for the upcoming management stage. Prepare end stage report. A formal report to the project board summarizing the performance of the completed stage, future forecasts, and a request for authorization to proceed to the next stage. Prepare exception plan, if needed. If the current stage is forecast to breach project tolerances, an exception report and a potential exception plan are developed for the project board's decision. Relationship to principles and themes. Manage by stages, the entire process is built around this principle. Continued business justification. The business case is thoroughly reviewed. Learn from experience. Lessons from the previous stage are captured and applied. All themes. This process updates all aspects of the project, including risks, quality, and plans. Progress theme. The end stage report provides comprehensive progress data. Analogy. The treehouse project manager, after the walls are up and inspected, pauses. They review how the wall building went, end stage report, update the overall treehouse plan based on lessons learned, prepare the detailed plan for building the roof, and then present all of this to the homeowner project board for their approval and funds for the next phase. If there were major unexpected costs during wall construction, this is where it would be reported, and new budget approved, or the project stopped. 7. Closing a project, CP. This is the final process in the project lifecycle. It provides a fixed point in the project at which acceptance of the project products is confirmed, and the project manager ensures that all project administration is complete. It confirms that the objectives in the original project initiation documentation have been met, or that the project no longer has a business justification. Purpose. To provide a fixed point at which the project products are formally accepted and the project can be closed. It ensures that all administrative loose ends are tied up and that the project is officially terminated. Key activities and outputs. Prepare planned closure. A systematic check that the project has delivered what it promised. Hand over products. Ensure all final products are formally handed over to the users for operational use and that operational staff are ready to take them on. Evaluate the project. Assess how the project performed against its objectives. Recommend project closure. The project manager recommends to the project board that the project be formally closed. Prepare follow-on action recommendations. Identify any loose ends, outstanding issues, or future actions required to ensure the benefits are realized and assign ownership for these. Prepare end project report. A comprehensive report summarizing project performance, outcome, outstanding issues, and lessons learned for future projects. Identify benefits review plan. While the project closes, the realization of benefits extends beyond the project's life. This plan details how and when the benefits outlined in the business case will be measured and confirmed after the project has closed. Relationship to principles and themes, continued business justification, final check that the project delivered on its promise, learn from experience, capturing lessons for future projects. Focus on products, formal acceptance of all products. Progress theme, the end project report is the final statement on the project's progress and performance. Analogy, the treehouse is finished. The project manager conducts a final walkthrough with the homeowners, gets their official sign-off, hands over all the maintenance instructions and warranties, documents any minor remaining punch list items for follow-up, and collects all the tools and tidies up. They then send a final report to the homeowners confirming completion and summarizing everything, marking the official end of the treehouse project. These 7 processes provide a powerful, sequential, yet adaptable framework for managing projects in a controlled environment. They ensure decisions are made at the right time by the right people, that the project remains focused on its business justification, and that learning is embedded throughout. The flexibility built into these processes, particularly through the concept of tailoring, is crucial for fitting PRINCE2 to any project context, which is what we will explore next. Chapter 12. Making it work for you, tailoring PRINCE2. By now, you understand PRINCE2's core principles, the constant themes that must be addressed, and the sequential processes that guide a project from start to finish. You might be thinking, this sounds very structured, perhaps too rigid for my small, agile team, or my organization has its own way of doing things. How does this fit? This brings us to a crucial and often misunderstood aspect of PRINCE2, tailoring. The 7th PRINCE2 principle, tailor to suit the project environment, is not merely a suggestion, it's a fundamental obligation. It firmly states that PRINCE2 must be adapted to fit the specific project scale, complexity, risk, importance, and environment. It's not a one-size-fits-all straitjacket, but a flexible toolkit designed to be proportional to the situation. The myth of PRINCE2 bureaucracy. One of the most common criticisms hurled at PRINCE2 is that it is overly bureaucratic, generating too much paperwork and slowing down projects. This perception often arises from an incorrect or inappropriate application of the methodology, specifically, a failure to tailor it. Imagine trying to drive a Formula 1 race car to pick up groceries. It's certainly capable, but the processes for racing, pit stops, high-speed maneuvers, specialized fuel are utterly impractical for a quick trip to the store. Similarly, using the full, untailored might of PRINCE2 for a small, low-risk internal project is overkill. The purpose of tailoring is to ensure that the method adds value without becoming an overhead. What does tailoring mean? Tailoring involves adapting the processes, deciding which activities within each process are essential and which can be simplified or combined. For example, in a small project, the project manager might also act as a team manager. Applying the themes, determining the appropriate level of detail and formality for the management products associated with each theme. For instance, a detailed business case is critical for a multi-million-dollar infrastructure project, but a simpler justification might suffice for a minor internal software update. Using PRINCE2 terminology or not. Deciding whether to use the specific PRINCE2 terms, e.g., senior user, end stage report, or to map them to existing organizational terminology. The responsibilities remain even if the names change. Integrating with existing organizational processes. PRINCE2 is designed to be generic so it can be combined with other specialist methods, e.g., specific engineering standards, agile development methods, and existing company procedures. When to tailor, considerations for tailoring. The decision of how much to tailor depends on several factors related to the project and the organization. Project scale. Is it a large, complex project involving multiple teams and external suppliers, or a small, internal project managed by one person? Project risk. Is the project highly risky, e.g., mission-critical system, new market entry, or low risk, e.g., routine administrative update? Higher risk often demands more formal control. Project importance. How critical is the project to the organization's strategic objectives? A higher strategic importance might warrant more rigorous governance. Organizational context. Culture. Is the organization highly formal and process-driven, or agile and outcome-focused? Maturity. How mature are the organization's existing project management capabilities and processes? Existing standards. Are there already established project management standards or quality management systems that Prince2 needs to integrate with? People involved. What is the experience level of the project team, project manager, and project board members with project management methodologies? Practical examples of tailoring. Let's illustrate how tailoring might work across different scenarios. Scenario A. Small, low-risk internal project, e.g., creating a new shared drive structure. Project board. Instead of 3 separate individuals, the executive might be the department head, who also effectively acts as senior user and senior supplier. Their directing activities might be brief verbal authorizations or quick email approvals. Business case. A simple paragraph or 2 outlining the organizational benefit in an email might be sufficient, rather than a multi-page document. Project initiation documentation, PID, might be condensed into a single short document or even a section within a broader project brief. Management stages. The project might operate as one single management stage, or 2, e.g., planning and execution, rather than multiple formal stages. Reporting. Highlight reports might be brief verbal updates in team meetings or summarized in an existing weekly team update email. Roles. The project manager might also act as a team manager, performing specific project tasks directly. Processes. The formal handshakes between processes, e.g., managing a stage boundary, might be less formal, perhaps a short meeting to confirm approval to proceed. Scenario B. Large, high-risk, multi-million-dollar infrastructure project, e.g., building a new airport terminal. Project board likely involves distinct individuals for executive, senior user, and senior supplier roles, potentially with multiple senior user suppliers representing different stakeholder groups. They would have formal, scheduled project board meetings. Business case. A highly detailed and continuously updated financial model showing return on investment, socioeconomic impact, and detailed cost-benefit analysis. Project initiation documentation, PID, a comprehensive, formal document, potentially with numerous appendices, signed off by executive leadership. Management stages. Multiple, clearly defined management stages, e.g., feasibility, design, foundation works, superstructure, fit-out, testing, handover, each with formal reviews and reauthorization. Reporting. Formally structured highlight reports with detailed metrics for the project board and robust checkpoint reports from multiple team managers. Roles. Distinct roles for project manager, multiple team managers, dedicated project assurance, a formal project support office, and potentially a delegated change authority. Processes. All 7 processes would be applied with a high degree of formality, strict adherence to tolerances, and clear documentation. Who is responsible for tailoring? The project manager is typically responsible for proposing how Prince2 will be tailored for a specific project. However, the final decision and approval of the tailored approach rest with the project board. This ensures that the tailoring is appropriate for the scale and importance of the project, aligning with the organization's risk appetite and governance framework. The tailored approach is usually documented in the project initiation documentation, PID. By embracing the principle of tailoring, organizations can leverage the significant benefits of Prince2. Its focus on business justification, clear roles, management by stages and exception, product focus, and proactive risk and change management, without becoming bogged down in unnecessary paperwork or processes. It makes Prince2 a practical and adaptable tool for real-world project success. In the next chapter, we'll move beyond the theoretical framework and delve into the practical application of Prince2, discussing common challenges and how to overcome them. Chapter 13. Beyond the manual practical application and common pitfalls. We've covered the core of Prince2, its guiding principles, its continuous themes, and its driving processes. We've also seen how crucial tailoring is to make the methodology practical and not overly bureaucratic. But understanding the theory is one thing. Applying it effectively in the messy, human world of projects is another. This chapter moves beyond the explicit guidance of the manual to discuss the practical realities of using PRINCE2, common pitfalls to avoid, and strategies for success. 1. The human element. PRINCE2 needs people skills. While PRINCE2 provides a robust framework, it's not a substitute for effective leadership, communication, and human relations skills. A project manager might excel at creating a perfect project plan, but if they cannot motivate a team, manage difficult stakeholders, or communicate clearly, the project will still struggle. Communication is key. PRINCE2 provides structures for communication, e.g., highlight reports, end stage reports, but the quality of that communication matters. Clear, concise, and timely communication tailored to the audience is essential. For instance, a project board needs high-level summaries and exceptions, while a team manager needs detailed work package instructions. Stakeholder engagement is paramount. The senior user and senior supplier roles are crucial, but often challenging to fill effectively. These individuals must be empowered, available, and willing to make decisions. Successful project managers don't just report to the project board, they build relationships, actively seek input, and facilitate consensus. Leadership and empowerment. A PRINCE2 project manager is not just a process administrator. They must be a leader, inspiring the team, resolving conflicts, and making decisions within their delegated authority. The manage by exception principle empowers the project manager, but they must be confident and capable of exercising that power. 2. Avoiding common pitfalls. Even with the best intentions, projects applying PRINCE2 can fall into certain traps. Pitfall 1. Overbureaucratization, failure to tailor. Description. Applying every single document, report, and role rigidly, even for small projects. Result. Slows decision-making, increases overhead, leads to unnecessary paperwork, and saps team morale. This is the biggest contributor to the PRINCE2 is bureaucratic myth. Solution. Start simple. Always ask, does this step document add value to this project? Propose practical tailoring to the project board, focusing on proportionality. For example, combine the risk and issue registers for smaller projects if it makes sense. Pitfall 2. Ceremonial meetings, lack of purpose. Description. Holding project board meetings, quality reviews, or stage boundary reviews just because the manual says so, without clear objectives or active participation. Result. Waste of senior management time, decisions are not truly made, and the project loses critical guidance. Solution. Ensure every meeting has a clear agenda, defined purpose, e.g., decision to proceed to next stage, review quality of product X, involves active participation, and results in documented actions and decisions. Empower project assurance to challenge ineffective governance. Pitfall 3. Neglecting the business case, loss of justification. Description. Creating a business case at the start, then filing it away and never revisiting its validity or actual benefits realization. Result. Project delivers products, but the initial business justification may no longer exist or better alternatives have emerged. Resources are wasted on a project delivering no value. Solution. Actively review and update the business case at every stage boundary. The project board, especially the executive, must challenge its currency. Ensure a clear process for follow-on action recommendations and benefits review plans is in place at project closure. Pitfall 4. Treating PRINCE2 as a waterfall methodology, rigid planning. Description. Misinterpreting PRINCE2 as a strictly sequential, predictive method that stifles all change or adaptation. Result. In dynamic environments, this leads to frustration, constant exception reports, and an inability to respond to new information. Solution. PRINCE2 is designed to be adaptable. Its manage by stages allows for iterative planning. The change theme provides a structured way to manage evolution. PRINCE2 can even be combined with agile delivery methods, e.g., Scrum teams delivering within PRINCE2 work packages, reporting incremental progress via checkpoint reports. PRINCE2 provides the governance. Agile can handle the delivery. Pitfall 5. Poor product definitions, vague deliverables, description, failure to create clear, measurable product descriptions with defined quality criteria. Result. Ambiguity in scope, rework, as products don't meet unstated expectations, disputes over acceptance, and difficulty in measuring progress. Solution: invest time upfront in defining products. Use the product breakdown structure and product descriptions as core planning tools. Ensure the senior user is heavily involved in agreeing to quality criteria. 3 practical strategies for success. Start with why. Always link every activity, decision, and product back to the business case. Remind the team why they are doing what they are doing. Focus on the principles. If you only remember one thing, it's the 7 principles. They are the spirit of Prince2. If you're adhering to the principles, you're likely on the right track, even if your implementation isn't perfectly by the book. Adopt progressively. Don't try to implement every aspect of Prince2 at once. Start with the core roles and processes, then gradually introduce more formality as the team gains confidence and the project or organization requires it. Leverage project assurance. This independent check is invaluable. Project assurance can provide objective feedback to the project board and project manager, preventing issues from escalating. Invest in training and mentorship. Real understanding comes from both theoretical knowledge and practical experience. Encourage certification, but also provide opportunities for on-the-job coaching and lessons learned sharing. Technology as an enabler. Utilize project management software, e.g., Jira, Asana, Microsoft Project, dedicated PPM suites, to manage logs, issue, risk, quality, plans, reports, and configuration items. This can automate many of the administrative tasks, freeing up time for actual management. Embrace lessons learned. Make it a habit to capture lessons not just at the end, but throughout the project, as per the learn from experience principle. Share these lessons within the organization to continuously improve project delivery. Prince2 is a powerful framework that, when applied intelligently and flexibly, can significantly enhance project success rates. It provides structure and control, but like any tool, its effectiveness depends on the skill of the craftsman. By understanding its spirit, recognizing common pitfalls, and focusing on practical application, project professionals can truly unlock its potential. In our final chapter, we'll look ahead to the broader implications of skilled project management and the journey of continuous improvement. Chapter 14. Your Project Management Future Continuous Improvement. We have embarked on a journey through the principles, themes, and processes of Prince2, exploring how this powerful methodology provides a structured approach to managing projects. We've seen how it clarifies roles, manages risk, controls change, and keeps projects aligned with their business justification. We've also discussed the crucial art of tailoring and navigated common pitfalls. Now, as we reach the conclusion of this book, it's time to reflect on the broader impact of effective project management and look ahead to your role in continuous improvement. The transformative power of controlled projects. Imagine an organization where projects consistently deliver on time, within budget, and to the required quality, successfully realizing their intended benefits. This isn't just a dream, it's the potential reality that robust methodologies like Prince2 offer. When projects are controlled and managed effectively, strategic objectives are met. Projects are the engines of strategic change. By ensuring projects are justified and deliver their benefits, organizations can truly implement their vision. Resources are optimized. Less rework, fewer surprises, and clearer objectives mean resources, people, money, time, are used efficiently, leading to better returns on investment. Stakeholder satisfaction increases. Clear communication, predictable delivery, and products that meet actual needs lead to happier users, sponsors, and customers. Organizational learning accelerates. The emphasis on lessons learned means that successes are replicated and failures become opportunities for growth, creating a more resilient and adaptable organization. Decision-making improves. Transparent reporting, structured governance, and clear accountabilities mean decisions are data-driven and timely, rather than reactive or emotional. In short, a well-managed project is not just about completing tasks. It's about delivering tangible value and enabling organizational transformation. Beyond the project, the program and portfolio view. While this book has focused on individual Prince2 projects, It's important to remember that most organizations manage multiple projects concurrently. This leads to the concepts of programs and portfolios. Programs: a temporary, flexible organization structure created to coordinate, direct, and oversee the implementation of a set of related projects and activities that deliver outcomes and benefits related to an organization's strategic objectives. For example, a digital transformation program might include projects for a new CRM system, a new e-commerce platform, and staff retraining. PRINCE2 is designed to integrate well with program management methodologies, such as MSP, managing successful programs. Portfolios: the total collection of an organization's investments in projects and programs. Portfolio management is about selecting, prioritizing, and managing projects and programs to align with the organization's overall strategic objectives and resource capacity. PRINCE2 projects fit neatly within these larger frameworks, providing the disciplined delivery engine for the components of a program or portfolio. Understanding this larger context can provide additional motivation for applying PRINCE2 effectively, as your project's success contributes to a much larger strategic picture. Your role in continuous improvement. Learning PRINCE2 is not a destination, it's the beginning of a journey. Project management is a dynamic field, constantly evolving with new technologies, techniques, and challenges. To remain effective, continuous improvement is vital. Refine your PRINCE2 application. Master tailoring. Become an expert at discerning when and how to scale PRINCE2 up or down. Always be looking for ways to streamline processes without losing control. Embrace integration. Explore how PRINCE2 complements other methodologies. For example, how can PRINCE2's governance, the project board, plans, controls, provide a strong container for agile delivery teams, e.g., Scrum or Kanban? The PRINCE2 Agile Guidance provides specific direction here. Deepen understanding of themes, move beyond simply filling in templates. Understand the spirit of each theme. For example, continuously challenge the business case, proactively manage risks, and genuinely define product quality. Develop your soft skills, leadership and influence. Learn to motivate teams, negotiate with stakeholders, and inspire confidence. Communication. Practice clear, concise, and empathetic communication. Learn to listen actively. Problem-solving and critical thinking. Project management is about navigating complexity. Develop your ability to analyze situations, identify root causes, and devise effective solutions. Emotional intelligence. Understand and manage your own emotions and recognize the emotions of others. This is critical for conflict resolution and team cohesion. Stay current with the profession, read widely. Follow industry trends, new tools, and emerging best practices. Network. Connect with other project managers and learn from their experiences. Join professional bodies, e.g., PMI, APM. Seek feedback. Regularly ask for feedback on your project management style and effectiveness. Mentor others. Teaching is one of the best ways to solidify your own understanding and contribute to the growth of the profession. Champion project management maturity within your organization. Advocate for standards. Promote the adoption of robust project management methodologies and consistent practices. Share lessons learned. Ensure that project successes and failures are documented and that the insights gained are actively used to improve future projects. Support training and development. Encourage your colleagues to invest in their project management skills. Concluding thoughts. Project Breakthrough. Mastering PRINCE2 for real-world success has aimed to demystify PRINCE2 and present it as a powerful, adaptable tool for greater project success. Remember that PRINCE2 is a framework. It provides the structure, the rules of the game. But it's you, the project manager, the team member, the stakeholder, who brings it to life with your skills, dedication, and judgment. Every project is a unique challenge, an opportunity to create something new, solve a problem, or improve a situation. By applying the principles of controlled, justified, and product-focused management, you're not just organizing tasks. You're orchestrating change, driving value, and building a future. Embrace the journey, continually learn, and let PRINCE2 empower you to achieve project breakthroughs time and time again. Further reading and resources. AXELOS official publications. Managing Successful Projects with Prince2, the official manual, Prince2 Agile Guidance. Project Management Institute, PMI. Publisher of the PMBOK Guide. Project management body of knowledge, offering a process group-based standard. Association for Project Management, APM, major professional body in the UK, publishing the APM body of knowledge. Online courses and communities. Platforms like Coursera, edX, LinkedIn Learning, and various project management forums offer extensive learning and networking opportunities. Your journey in project management is ongoing. Keep learning, keep adapting, and keep leading with confidence. The world needs skilled project managers, and with Prince2 as your guide, you are well equipped to deliver exceptional results.